my client has 50% ownership of that house still. And the owners are like, what are you talking about? Well, the seller was married, got divorced, and never had his ex-wife sign the deed for her half interest in the house. She had homestead rights because she lived in the property while they were married. But guess what? They got divorced. That doesn't get rid of the homestead right. She was supposed to be either she had to deed the property to him or her interest to him, or she needed to execute that deed saying that both him and her were selling that property to current owners. This lady has a 50% ownership of that house. Now, if the house is, $500,000, she's $250,000 of monies that she's got, a value to. So that becomes a what they call a title insurance claim, where the title insurance companies sort it out.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today I'm joined by someone that I've been looking forward to chatting with. Today we have Dru Wischhover, hopefully I pronounced your last name correctly, who's been making serious moves in the title insurance space. So I'm really glad to have you here on the show, Dru. I think our listeners are going to take something away from how you're approaching the insurance business. So let's dive in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. And Wischhover is correct. You did well. Yeah, I've heard it said so many different ways.
I'm sure. Awesome. So first off, for people who may not be familiar with you and your world, just give us the short version. What is your main focus these days?
Our main focus with a business that is kind of and I call it an enigma. We are, we're a part of the process. We're a very, very necessary part of the process that a lot of people don't know that much about. We're very integral in protecting the ownership and the rights of people when they're buying a house. I mean, you're fulfilling America's dream, which is, home ownership. And we are protecting that home ownership by protecting that asset, which is the house, and that the rightful owner, which is you, belongs in that house. So we are a big part of this thing, but very little folks know about the details that really go into that and the process of how we arrive at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you expand upon that for those people that don't know?
Oh yeah, for sure. So you think about insurance, really, Michelle, and a lot of people think about insurance to protect you for everything that's going to happen in your life going forward, right? Well, title insurance protects you for everything that is happened on that property since the beginning of time. Since it was dirt and there was never a house on it, we go back and check the records and make sure that every transfer from the beginning of time was done properly, has been done correctly, and that the person who is actually selling you that house is the rightful seller to giving you that house clear and free of any liens or encumbrances. And when I speak about liens and encumbrances, I mean prior mortgages, tax liens, any kind of tax debt. If you built the house, there could be mechanics liens on the house, which are nothing more than a contractor putting a lien on the house because they didn't get paid. So we want to make sure that you own that house and somebody's not going to come back and knock on your door and say, oh, by the way, yeah, my husband and I, we got divorced and I really own part of the house because I never signed the deed. Oh, now that's a problem. That's where title insurance comes into play and really is impactful for protecting you against somebody staking a claim in what is your house. So it's incredible. And people talk about, well, that probably never happens. The title insurance industry has claims that are, I mean, I could tell you horror stories upon horror stories, the amount of claims that are out there. So exactly this. So the folks bought a house, a husband and wife living in the house, everything's cool. They get a call from an attorney that says that just that.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
My client has 50% ownership of that house still. And the owners are like, what are you talking about? Well, the seller was married, got divorced, and never had his ex-wife sign the deed for her half interest in the house. She had homestead rights because she lived in the property while they were married. But guess what? They got divorced. That doesn't get rid of the homestead right. She was supposed to be either she had to deed the property to him or her interest to him, or she needed to execute that deed saying that both him and her were selling that property to current owners. This lady has a 50% ownership of that house. Now, if the house is, $500,000, she's $250,000 of, monies that she's got a value to. So that becomes a what they call a title insurance claim, where the title insurance companies sort it out. They obviously pay her and satisfy that, so the people are protected that, they're not going to have to move and pack up all their stuff. But because of a mistake that a title company made and not getting all the signatures on the deed, this could have been, a really bad thing for those owners. And that's just one of many. There's tax problems. I mean, you hear people losing houses to tax deeds. You don't pay your real estate taxes. It's not like your income taxes or anything like that. We're talking about your property taxes for your house. If you don't pay those, after a period of time, they get sold. And when they get sold, other people buy them. If you don't redeem those taxes, now somebody else owns your house. You can live there until they knock on the door and say, hey, by the way, you don't own the house anymore. I have a deed from the sheriff that says I own your house. Now you got to leave. So these are all the things that, title insurance kind of protects you from. It's out there. I'm telling you, it's out there because you hear the commercials for, all the protect your title to your house. Not so much from that, because somebody stealing your title is not as common as what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is all of the conveyances that happen when you talk about insurance has been done correctly. So like I said when I started, title insurance protects you from the time that property started out and existed till the time you own it. Everything, it pays, it's from behind. And you only pay it one time. Whereas car insurance and health insurance, you pay every month. When you buy title insurance, it's part of your transaction. When you do the closing of buying the house, you pay it one time. And it's such a small dollar amount when you talk about the value of the protection that you're getting. I would, for people not to have it, I don't just say it because I'm in the business. I say it because I'm in the business and I've seen what the potential risk and loss could be to some of these innocent parties. It's so scary. It's so scary.
Wow. Yeah. It's quite, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Just having one of those situations happen. So it's so valuable to be educated on the importance of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't take it lightly.
Yeah. So what has been the key to keeping this business running smoothly?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, I think that we thrive on our successes. I mean, there's nothing greater than watching people fulfill the American dream of homeownership. And when, you see a first-time home buyer and they're super excited about that house, it just makes you want to do it again and again. And then you see the elderly folks who are selling that house to, another party, and that's the house that they started in. There's a story there. There's so many stories, and it keeps feeding us to doing this, and the excitement of saying, we're doing more than just a job. We're doing a service, and it's a good thing to watch this happen. It's a good feeling to being able to protect the ownership of, first-time home buyers, of new transactions, and allowing them to have this wonderful confidence that, okay, everything that Inspired Title did is protecting me, and I'm not worried anymore that somebody can kind of, take my house from me. And there are several different facets of the business. I mean, we are insuring the owner, and we're also insuring the lender. So there's two types of title insurance. There's an owner's policy, which is for the person who owns the house. And then there's a loan policy or a lender's policy. That covers the lenders, okay? So if you're borrowing money to buy that house, they want to know that somebody else can't take out the money. So they're in a first lien position, meaning that they have lent you money, and that if you ever sell that house, you're going to pay them off first. They want to make sure that nothing is going to infect that or interrupt them getting paid off from the sale of your house. We're working on both sides of the fence here. We're insuring the lenders to make sure that they're covered, and we're making sure that the owners are covered, all within the process of what is called the closing process. And you have an attorney that typically helps you out. You have realtors that help you out. All of these professionals gather together and culminate at the end to say, guess what? We're finally here. It's closing day. You're going to sign the proper paperwork. You're going to sign the loan documents that you've kind of talked to your lender with, and you're going to get the keys handed to you, and you're also going to know that somebody can't take that house away from you. But don't misunderstand. It's not homeowners insurance. Title insurance and homeowners insurance are very different. People get that kind of confused at times because realistically, if your house burns down, title insurance is not going to touch that. If somebody steals something from your house, title insurance is not going to do that. Title insurance is going to protect you against a claim that is challenging your ownership in that property. So you own that property and the land around it. That's why they do surveys, and that's why they do these boundary surveys and such, because you have easements, you have, your building lines and things. That's also part of the protected coverage that happens within a title insurance policy. People have built pools in their backyard. Well, if that in-ground pool is on the easement, and your happy folks that have to do the work on the power lines drive down that easement and they damage your pool, that's not their fault. You put the pool on their easement, so you're responsible for that. Your title insurance isn't going to cover that. We've had that where they've made that, they've had to knock down, like if you've got a shed or a garage that is on their easement, they can't get their truck down there. They're going to ask you to take it down at your expense, not at the title insurance company's expense. You built that garage on that easement. You put that fence on that easement. They're going to knock it down. It's part of what they're going to do. It's just knowing what you have and what you can and cannot do. And these are all things that your attorneys are going to explain to you, and realtors will explain to you through the process of it as well. But, it's we're the CSI behind the scenes guy of real estate. We're doing all the, and then we report the news. We assemble it into information and say, here, this is everything that's happening on your property. Here's all the mortgages that are recorded. Here's your taxes and how much they are. Here are the easements, the building lines. And then before you close, if there's anything that has to be dealt with, if you've got any kind of open items on there, such as any kind of liens or encumbrances that have to get paid off from the prior owners and such, all of that stuff gets taken care of so that when you own it, it's clean. You don't have any of those debts that you have to take care of and pay anymore. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it, Michelle? That's a lot of long-winded stuff.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
It is, but it's important for people to, be aware of.
Yeah. And I think it's, in every state, it's different. We're licensed in Illinois and Indiana, but we can do title insurance across the country through our underwriters and things. But it's amazing how much different it is in how much it differs from state to state, because some states are regulated, which just means that if I buy title insurance from, me, or I buy it from somebody else down the street, it's the rates are the same. It's a regulated state saying that your title insurance premium is going to cost you X based on how much, your house is valued at. In Illinois, it's the wild, wild west. It could be, it's all over the place because, it's so competitive and it's so difficult. And it depends on what county you're in. And there's just so many different factors that play into it. Indiana is a regulated state. Some states are dictated by attorneys, where attorneys have to be present at the closing to help you facilitate that transaction. Illinois is an attorney state. Indiana is not. So it's knowing the market, knowing the people, and it really allows us the ability to, help out our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. So let me ask you this. What is like that next real goal for you?
Well, I am very, very passionate about giving back. And I have started a 5C3 not-for-profit organization. As part of, I've utilized a business that is not so very well known to people to do good. And what I mean is, every closing we do, every transaction that we kind of consummate, we donate a portion of the proceeds that my company makes to different charitable organizations. And I said, well, okay, that was fun. And we love doing that. And my whole team is excited about that. So I wanted to start kind of our own. So we're doing a Inspired for Heroes, or Inspired by Heroes. And so we're putting on mental health panels. So we're going to different communities and starting to introduce and try to break that stigma about mental health. We're giving back to heroes. So we're very involved with heroes, whether you be a veteran or you be a frontline worker in, the hospitals, or a teacher or police and fire. So this is just something that I'm able to do. And that's like my next venture, is to really building that out and really doing some more good in the community, because I'm just so excited about, taking something that is, I've been blessed with this ability to do this industry and do this business and say I can turn it into doing something good as well.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love that. Service focused.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that listen to this show are investors. Mm-hmm. How does your insurance policies affect them? So
we are seeing a huge influx in investors, and we are a title company that is very investor friendly. And what I mean by that is nothing more than a lot of the investors, they go to seminars and they hear these stories about how they can buy properties and how they can obtain quick flips and back-to-back closings and subject to, and all these terms that are being tossed around the industry. Well, we're your beck and call. We're going to hold your hand and get you through that process, because what I'll tell you about investor deals is not every one of them is the same, and every one of them is different and difficult in its own way. We're going to guide you through the process and hold your hand and say, you know what? I know what you want to do. I understand what your goal is here. Let's do it this way, because we have experience in doing this. We've been doing this for 25 years. The reality is that maybe the lender doesn't want to see it look like this, but if you title it just this way, all of a sudden they'll accept that charge and they'll accept that fee and that cost. So we're helping to educate them a little bit more and getting them across the finish line and helping them succeed in their goal of closing that deal, because nobody gets paid until they close the deal, right? So we have adapted to become, we don't just do residential transactions, we do commercial transactions, we do investor deals. Back when, 2004, 5, 6, when the market crashed, we were doing these quick flips. I mean, it was incredible how you just have to, go with the ebbs and flows of what's happening in the business. We are very investor centric. We do so much investor work from people that are out of state that call us up and say, because they don't know what Illinois' laws are. They don't know what Indiana's laws are. We do, obviously, because we're working here, but you can do one. If you don't have a real estate license, you can do one transaction as a wholesaler in Illinois. Okay. Otherwise, your second, third, fourth, and on have to be done with a realtor. Cool. We have a realtor in-house that we can, connect you with, and we've got the attorneys that we can connect you with. We have all the tools and resources that we make it so simple that you come here and we're going to take you from the beginning to the end. So whether you're a seasoned veteran at this or you're a brand new person, Inspired Title is a company that you can work with, and we're going to get that job done. We're going to get it across the finish line, and maybe you'll get another friend in the process because we're friendly and we are people based, and people are, and you're going to help. You're going to help our mission of giving back. What's better than that? American dream and giving back, I think they go hand in hand to me.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah.
All right. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect with you, maybe collaborate or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Love that. Thank you so much. So I think right now the best way to get a hold of me is on my LinkedIn. You can certainly connect me on LinkedIn, which is Dru, D-R-U, not traditional spelling. I was born into that. I didn't have a choice, okay? Mom named me and mom spelled it. Didn't have a call, okay? D-R-U, and then last name is Wischhover. It's W-I-S-C-H-H-O-V-E-R. So I am on LinkedIn. Inspired Title Group is the name of my title company. Happy to answer questions, happy to collaborate with anybody. More importantly, I'm happy just to meet people and help them on their investment journey and investor journey, because it's not easy, and I've been there. So, allow us to help you.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story, and perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing things in this right way. So thank you again for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I loved it, and keep doing it. Keep doing it. Great show.
Thank you. And thanks. Yeah, for those of you that are tuning in, if you got value, make sure you're subscribed. We have more conversations coming with operators just like Dru, who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you all on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.